of them were Turkish Cypriots and the rest were Greek Cypriots. We came all together, showing peace, how we work in peace with people who work in a divided country. So Rotary is the thing that brings us together. And we have to work towards this peace. And one of my objectives this year, coming year, will be to have peace programs, speakers on peace subjects. And I want every club in the district in the future to have, in the next year, to have speakers and dedicate a day for peace, at least a day, with a famous speaker in your clubs about peace. And maybe, why not, maybe we can join hands with all the clubs of the district and do a peace conference or organize a peace conference. Now, we are talking most of the time that we are losing members. We want to have more members. I want to do this, I want to do that. We all discuss about this. But exactly what have we been doing? Have we really done something serious about retaining our members? This is what I want to work on this year. I want every club to have a committee. To have a committee for retaining of members. To work on people who are not attending the club meetings regularly. You have to find out, this committee has to find out in each club, to find out why these members are staying away. And then we start talking about bringing new generations and this and that. Let's keep our members first of all, and then of course work in parallel to bring in new members. And Sakuchi Tanaka this year said, why don't every single Rotarian bring in one of his friends as a member? Can you imagine? You will have double membership if you can do that. But we should first of all think about retaining our membership. And this is the most important thing. And I will work on this. I will ask all the clubs, and I'm saying it again now, I will drum it in if possible, that we should have special programs to collect these people back into our arms. We have to bring them into our clubs. Now, we have to be very careful in the clubs as well to get the right people as presidents, to elect the right people as presidents. Because one bad president will make the club go down. I have seen this during my visits when I was an assistant governor or a deputy governor, and two bad, I mean bad, not bad, but somebody who is not very good in the administration of a club, two in succession will spoil the club completely. So please, make sure that you have the right people in the right places, the committees. We have to, somebody said that we should advertise Rotary, we should talk about Rotary. Yes, I agree, public relations is very important. We should, all of us, even this magazine that we were talking about yesterday, we should have it on our tables in the houses. I personally, when I go to my dentist, I take all the Rotarian magazines I have in my house and spread it around on his reception table. I go to a sporting club, I take my Rotary magazines there, I put them there, so people will, sitting down, will see, what is this? A Rotary? What is this Rotary? And they start asking questions. And if they are good enough people, maybe I will invite them to my club. So you should do this. All of us should do this. If need be, we should get up on the roofs of the houses and start shouting about Rotary. Let everybody hear about Rotary. We have to do this. We have to let people know what Rotary does for the people around us. It's nice, we do service projects, we do this, that, but who hears about it? Who hears about it? And the other day in Cyprus, one of our clubs did an excellent job. For safety reasons, they put up a shed in the middle of the highway, and they brought some engineers and they started checking the cars for free. And they found out that 70% of cars needed something. Either the rear light was not working, or the tires were worn out, or something. And Rotary was doing this, was helping the police to help the drivers, to show them that they should repair their lights or their tires, etc. Now what happens? The next day I read in the newspapers The first thing they said about one word, Rotary, on a huge article. The second day, another newspaper wrote about this. There was not a mention of Rotary. Why? Why are we not following these things and being careful? Because Rotary did all this. A Rotary club did all this project. Why aren't they talking about it? It's like reading in the Time magazine about the polio plus. And there was a big article once I read. There was not a single word about Rotary, but there was a lot of words about Bill Gates. What he's doing for Rotary. So why don't we do something about it to promote the name of Rotary? We should be working on this very much, very seriously. During this coming year, I want all the clubs to have a strategic planning team, people working. I have my district trainer, a very famous personality and a very able trainer. Together with this group, we shall all work on strategic planning. And strategic planning for, not for the president of the year, but for the presidents for the coming 3 years, there should be the projects. We should not say, I will do a project and finish by the end of my year, and that's it. No, we should start thinking big. We should start doing larger, bigger projects, and we should have strong PR, so that everybody will hear about it. We should shame the people all over there, have some newspaper people amongst us, so that they can listen to our projects and write about them. Future vision is another subject that I want training in all the clubs, because from 1st July, it should be implemented. So every single person in the club should know what we're talking about when we talk about future vision. Now, the priorities, of course, Rotary Foundation, polio, water sanitation, education, etc., all these you know about them. We should work on those, and I'm sure we shall succeed. We should always work with passion. This is most important for Rotarians. We have to work with passion, and where there is passion, there is good work, there is love. And there I come and say it again, that we shall succeed if we have passion, if we love what we're doing. And in one of the lectures yesterday or the day before yesterday, I heard when a lady said that if you don't love what you're doing, it will not be successful. So we love Rotary, don't we? Don't we all love Rotary? We will succeed in our projects. Now, Rotaractors, we have to look after them. We have to have more of these Rotaract clubs. Invite them to join us, do projects together, maybe. Attend their meetings, some of the invite them to our meetings, because they are very important for the future. Now, what I have to say, I think I was told that I should not speak too much today. I want to thank the governor and his lovely wife, Lina, and the whole committee who organized this conference. We had a wonderful time, Usama. It was very well organized, and we had exceptional fellowship. I see everybody dancing and enjoying themselves. So next year when you come to Cyprus, I want you to dance twice as much. And I noticed that most of you are good dancers. So I will organize in such a way our conference that the dancing space will be larger than the seating area. What I noticed yesterday, they were dancing all around the orchestra, and suddenly, slowly, they came onto the green, on the grass, and I said, okay, let's remove our table and go somewhere else, because they were coming, filling up. Now, this is at every conference, we have to learn, we have to view and see what is right and what is wrong. So, I remember that the dancing space in my place is too small for this crowd. So, next year, I welcome you to the 77th District Conference, which will take place in Liverpool from the 4th to the 7th April. In concluding, I want to tell you that we we promise to have an excellent fellowship there, although it is going to be the last one together, but it is not the last one together, let's face it, because we heard that everybody was promising that we will work together, and I will show you that we shall be. During my year, we should start twinning and doing sort of thinking how we can cooperate together, the two districts. And I will not say too much about what we are going to do, but there's going to be a lot of work about that. So, we promise you that we shall have an excellent conference in Cyprus in April, from the 4th to the 7th of April, and we promise you that it will be the best of the last. But together, we shall make it the last of the best. So, God bless you all, and I hope to see twice as much people as you are here in Limassol, and we shall be waiting for you to have an excellent fellowship, excellent time, excellent Rotary subjects, and excellent nightlife. So,
thank you, incoming Governor, both for discussing your year. All of you, I wish you, I'm sure they will be successful years, and we will all be assisting, inshallah. Before I deliver my closing speech, I would like to ask Rotary International President's representative to give us his closing remarks, and you can be as frank as you want with us. Thank you.
Generally, the last day, I'm starting always with one of my favorite honor. Thank you, Sunday morning conference survivors. You are here in this room more than the ones I expected. Thank you. Now, the last 3 days, we are always speaking about new generation. Now, it's ironic that I have to close these 3 days being the oldest representative of the old generation. So, be patient for the next 45 minutes and listen to the old champ of the whole generation. It's my last chance. But let's hear something new generation. Friends, the great wisdom of Paul Harris was that all positions in Rotary are changing every year. So there is always the chance that we are increasing every year the quality of what we are doing. Now, there is something I experienced again. I'm now 41 years in Rotary. I was district governor since 78. My profession, I traveled a lot around the world. During my governor year, I had to jump every second week because I was running as a professional also in office in Brazil. So in my governor year I went 22 times to Brazil using the Concorde flight to save time. So I I was, I think, a dynamic professional and a dynamic president also. But what I decided with my wife, Rosanna, and I must say she traveled always with me, and I must say she was also the best first lady, traveling 1.2 million kilometers. What we decided was not to travel around to see nice places, museums and other things, but to visit the poorest places in the world. Starting asking the first things to see orphanages, hospitals, homes for elderly, concentration camps, everywhere that Rotary could do something. You say concentration, or I say concentration camp. I don't name the country, but in one of the concentration camps there were 2 Rotary projects running to help these poor people who were tortured and who suffered great pains in this concentration camp. So I can tell you frankly that what we both saw in our year as president is, I think, rare, very rare, because I can write a great book about example of poverty, of misery, of problems around the world. And what is very strange is that we as Rotarians, we are unable to sell ourselves, the good we are doing. And also Rotarians are not enough informed the good we are doing. And how the Rotary is necessary more than ever in the future. I mean, the concept, and here again, I say it very simply, in all humility, I learned again a lot of things. It's never an ending learning for me. How so many countries can peacefully live together through Rotary. The theme of the next year, Peace Through Rotary, is such an important theme. And the next year we will have, as you know, 3 important peace conferences around the world in 3 most important places. In Berlin, in Honolulu, and the last one in Hiroshima. I mean, look, symbolically, in my year, besides being president of Rotary International, I'm also 2004-2005 chairman of the Rotary Foundation. And at that time, my president was Glenn Estes, who passed away 2 months ago. And the first day, he called me in his office and said, Carlo, look, we 2 together, we are equal. And I said, and he said, we are equal and you will come with me to all the events. I said, President, thank you, but I will be always 1 step behind, because the President is the President, and the Chairman's Foundation is a different position. But we succeeded in the most moving moments to be together. And one of these moments was when we were together at the Institute in Hiroshima. And early morning, in a rainy day, he and myself marched together to a peace monument in Hiroshima. The peace monument is exactly in the point where the first atomic bomb was found. And we brought flowers and recognitions to this point. And the person, the aide, who was on my side in Hiroshima, an architect who was involved in the public institutions in Hiroshima, he was a Hiroshima survivor. He lost all his parents, his brothers, sisters, and he, as an 8-year-old child, survived Hiroshima because by the explosion he fell under the table, and this was a miracle, he survived. And you know, at that time there was nothing against an atomic bomb. And what we have done in Hiroshima, and what this was it was saved his life for 2 years. He was only eating fresh blood of fishes. This was apparently the only thing they thought was saved some of the survivors. So this is one of the many events that all past presidents of Rotary International went through. When I visited officially the president of the country in Argentina, in Buenos Aires, entering the parliament hall outside, there is a plate thanking Rotary for the activity in the conflicts between Argentina and Chile because of the question of Cape Horn. It's an extreme point of South America. Another activity was done by past President Carlos Canseco during the war between Great Britain and Argentina because of the Malvinas, the so-called Falkland Island. What he has done, he sent 3 Argentinian past governors to the district conferences in Great Britain. And the British sent past DGs to Argentina to the district conference. And when this was done, the Queen called one of the PDGs, Argentinian PDGs, and gave a letter to be transferred, the letter brought to the President of Argentina. Because at that time, there were no diplomatic relations between the 2 states. And this, through Rotary, reopened the relationship between the 2 states, Great Britain and Argentina, who had war because of the Falkland Islands problem. And so you see, I started my first peace and development conferences in '86 in Harare, in Zimbabwe. Another one the same year in Strasbourg, inviting all the district governors from Africa to Strasbourg to see and study their problems. The second one I had in Dhaka in Bangladesh. I asked, we had 52 clubs in Bangladesh. I asked to present each one a project, a need of their community. We received 104 projects. When I went to Dhaka to Bangladesh, the Australian Rotary Club immediately took over 80 projects. This is a way of bringing peace, because if you solve the problem of communities, you reduce the possibility of conflicts, of problematics, of poverty. So, the next one, I had a peace conference in Manila, and so on. And you see, this gives you a sense what you can do for conflict resolution. We have our Peace University. It's now a great opportunity for conflict resolutions. And here, I learned again how we can basically so different countries live together in peace. So, one of the great things of Rotary is the Rotary Foundation. Let me say a few words, Governor, of the Rotary Foundation, because I think it's the most important tool we have in our hand. Because also the projects are coming out of the Rotary Foundation, not out from Rotary International. That's the big problem. Now, I was responsible, and I said in clear humility, I was lucky to be trustee of the Rotary Foundation 2 years before becoming president of Rotary International, because I was co-opted. One trustee passed away, and I don't know for what good reason I was co-opted as a trustee. So I learned to know the inside of the Rotary Foundation before becoming president. Because many presidents are becoming president knowing nothing about the background behind how the foundation works. And this was a great advantage when I started trustee, my 4 years as trustee after being president. I was aware about the problems in the foundation. And I am the responsible of the idea and the start of a future vision of a Rotary Foundation, of a different approach. It was necessary. And, you know, we gave a day for little grants of $1,000, asking a semi-annual report how this money was used. Walking around the offices very early in the morning, because I was the first in the office, always 6:30 in the morning in Evanston, I saw piling up these reports. And when I called the manager in the morning, I said, "What are these reports doing?" I said, "We cannot check all these reports. So these financial reports were piling up and piling up. That's a nonsense. On the other hand, what's the sense to check the use of grants of $1,000? So you see, these things brought me to ask a review to a great company, consultant company, to go through the working process of a foundation. And I found out that we have to do basic changes. And this brought to a stop of the activity of the foundation for a certain period and starting a program of a future vision. Friends, starting 1st of July 13, every district will be using the new tools of the future vision. We will have the control over new projects directly by computer. You can every day see where your applications are proceeding. And the basic criteria is we will finance now only big projects. For many